So hi everyone, so tonight we are talking about essential skincare. So I'll be going through essential oils for skin, your hair care as well as body care. So let's just share the screen with you all. If it wants to share. There we go. Great. So again, feel free to ask questions throughout as well. So to start, a few common facts about our skin. Obviously, our skin is the largest organ of the body and protects our internal organs, guards against infection, regulates temperature change and hydration levels through perspiration, stores water, fat and glucose, as well as excretes waste, generates vitamin D when exposed to ultraviolet light, and excretes melanin to protect against sunburn as well. So obviously natural solutions are very effective and can be used as the first line of defense towards various conditions. If a problem does persist, obviously if there's any concern, medical attention may be required. But do keep in mind that natural solutions can be used safely and together with medical treatment. So some oils are more obvious choices, such as lavender or geranium, because I think a lot of us who have been using the oils now for a while do know that both lavender and geranium have marvelous healing properties. And these oils target more of the underlying factors as well. However, I will be discussing various facial skin types, hair care and body care. So supportive oils for skincare. So please note that when using oils for skincare, do not apply them neat. For some areas of the body are quite sensitive, and obviously your face is one of the most sensitive areas of your body, but I will explain this point a bit further. So lavender supports healing of the skin and maintaining healthy tissue. Sandalwood promotes regeneration and toning. Geranium regenerates tissue and tones skin. Frankincense invigorates skin and reduces inflammation. Helichrysum regenerates tissue and reduces scarring. Cedarwood helps skin looking healthy and has clarifying properties as well. And tea tree is cleansing and rejuvenating and also helps support a healthy complexion. So starting with our oily skin. So tea tree oil and cedarwood are the kind of common oils that I tend to use, and they're suitable for topical application. These oils combined assist with acne and pimples, obviously oily skin and overactive sebaceous glands as well. Skin blemishes and irritation, both these oils help support dermatitis and eczema, fungal and antibacterial issues as well. So I like to add this blend to my facial moisturizer. So again, make use of what you have at home. If you already have moisturizers, facial scrubs, toners, I am talking about using these oils in combination with what you have at home. So I do like to add tea tree oil to my facial scrub, and I normally do 3 to 4 drops of an oil for a 150 milliliter product. And I'll just show you one of my moisturizers here. So hopefully you can all see just a little pump. This is a moisturizer I had at home, and today I've got bergamot and lavender inside. So again, I just mix it up with what I may have at home, and I tend to go for obviously fragrance free and as natural as possible, but please do use up what you have at home. Don't just throw out.
We can't see it, sorry.
You can't see it?
No, because there is still your page.
Oh, no worries. I'll show you afterwards. That's not a problem once I've clicked off the page. Thank you. So just moving on, so we've done the oil skin, and the dry skin as well as the next one. So I tend to use lavender and cedarwood. Obviously, if you do have frankincense, feel free to use frankincense instead of cedarwood. I can see we might have a couple of chat questions now. Oh, there we go. Brilliant. Thanks, Nice. So again, both these oils combined, happy to use topical application. They do assist with rough, dry or scaly and cracked skin. So although I'm talking about using these on your face, obviously when the temperature does get colder, our hands tend to dry out, might get a bit rough and sore. So again, using lavender and cedarwood together for hand cream is a great one as well. So lavender and cedarwood help with skin blemishes and irritation. My husband actually uses both of these oils in his moisturizer as well. After he scrubs his face, he likes to add the lavender and cedarwood to help calm his skin down and just remove that irritations like redness. My husband also likes to add lemongrass to his facial scrub, and I am going to touch on using citrus oils momentarily. There is a bit of a caveat to that, but again, using lemongrass to help support his blood circulation, so about 3 to 4 drops, again for a 150 milliliter product. Oops, and if it would like me to go next slide, there we go. And finally, just talking about combination skin, I do like to use geranium and sandalwood. These two oils together are really good for age spots, poor or dull skin appearance, bumps on skin, broken capillaries, cell renewal, flushed or inflamed or redness. So again, with my husband and exfoliating his skin and scrubbing it, this could be 2 options that he could use as well, just to help with that redness. And my sister actually uses these oils in her face scrub, as well as applying a drop of each to a carrier oil. So before she goes to bed, she adds just a couple of drops of geranium and sandalwood into her palm with a small amount of coconut oil, and mixes that together and just applies it to her face as well. Just make sure we haven't got any chat. Great, all seems well. Just moving on to the scrubs now, and this is where I'm going to talk more about the citrus and why there may be, you know, more of a caveat to using citrus oils on your face and body. So starting with the grapefruit exfoliating night scrub, this is best used in the evening to remove toxins, dirt, grime, and daily muck from your face. If you don't have grapefruit oil, feel free to use a different citrus oil, so such as lemon, lime, potentially even tangerine, bergamot as well. As this face scrub uses citrus oil, it could cause possible skin sensitivity. If you have any inflamed or sensitive skin, I would just suggest avoiding the addition of a citrus oil in this exfoliating scrub. And also obviously avoid contact with your eyes, your nose, inner ears, and any other sensitive areas you may have, so such as eczema patches as well. With citrus oils, you should avoid sunlight and UV rays for at least 12 hours after applying the product. So again, just be really cautious and sensitive when you are using any of the citrus family. And again, this grapefruit scrub is only for nighttime, purely because if you're going to bed and applying a citrus oil, you're highly unlikely to be in the sun. So that is a big bonus. So if you do want a morning scrub, don't use the citrus oil. I would suggest one of the other oils that's more part of either your oily skin, combination skin, or dry skin. So one of those alternatives that I had prior. And we also have a DIY body scrub here as well. So this refreshing sugar scrub is just made out of brown sugar. Again, if you don't have brown sugar, feel free to use white sugar or even sea salt flakes, as well as coconut oil and 10 drops of tangerine and spearmint. So that's 5 drops of each. And just store in an airtight container as well, because as soon as the moisture starts to come in, it will separate your sugar scrub, because obviously the sugar wants to kind of draw in all that moisture. So just make sure your container is tight. And again, similar to what I was saying before with the lemongrass and increasing blood circulation, with this body scrubs, the refreshing sugar scrub, by using tangerine and spearmint, you not only are you detoxifying your skin, but you're also helping with that blood circulation as well. So that, yeah, it's a really nice one. Sometimes use in the morning. I love having that spearmint smell. Great. So as we move on to hair care is quite a big subject, and I'm just going to focus on a few areas tonight, but do feel free to reach out and let me know if you have any further questions. But common hair care questions come up where dandruff. So assisting with dandruff would be cedarwood, lavender, tea tree, rosemary, tangerine, wintergreen as well. And I'll mention later how you can include these into what the products you already have at home. But dry hair could be assisted by geranium, lavender, rosemary, wintergreen, sandalwood, and copaiba. Oily hair, basil, cedarwood, lemon, tea tree, peppermint, rosemary, and thyme, and as well as hair loss. So cedarwood, clary sage, rosemary, lavender, lemongrass, and ylang-ylang can help with hair loss as well. So with these oils, I tend to use 2 drops of essential oils per 100 millilitres. So my 400 milliliter shampoo bottle, I add 3 drops of tea tree oil, 3 drops of cedarwood, and 2 drops of lavender. So a total of 8 drops for that 400 milliliter. And the reason why I use those essential oils are because I do sometimes may have dandruff, so the tea tree and the cedarwood really help with maintaining quite a soft and subtle scalp. So again, if you don't have hair, it does help with scalp care, sorry, because I know obviously there are potentially one person on this chat that doesn't have the need of shampoo. So hair repair, so a DIY mask for that. Again, I love using up what I have at home. So a banana, one of those overripe bananas, the ones that are pretty good for a banana bread, 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of lavender, and mixing all those ingredients and applying to the hair, ensuring all ends are covered and leaving them for 20 minutes. So not only can you use essential oils and shampoo and conditioner as well. So again, just follow that model of 2 drops per 100 milliliters, but you can also make your own fun hair masks at home or beard masks. So that's quite fun as well. And a moisturizing hair mask that I use probably the most out of all my DIY creations is a tablespoon of olive oil, 2 drops of geranium, 2 drops of lavender, and a 1/4 cup of either Greek or coconut yogurt, any kind of yogurt you have at home, preferably not one that has bits of strawberry through it, but a plain yogurt, and mixing all those ingredients, and again applying to the hair and covering the ends and leaving for 20 minutes and just rinsing out with warm water. So just moving on to some questions. Before anyone jumps in, I know that obviously some of us do have hair on our heads, some have hair on our face, such as gentlemen in their beards. So do follow my hair care slide for beard hair as well. So if you do have an oily beard, potentially dry or even dry skin underneath your beard as well, you can go back to the options I've given you and see what might be the best for your beard hair. But it is obviously a lot coarser than your hair on your head. So Yeah, next week there will be a sleep, stress and emotions discussion, and that will be done by myself. The blends from this class are just the face blends, so you've got 3 skin blends available, either the oily, dry or combination, and I can pop through, go back to those slides if need be as well. But for now, does anyone have any questions? You can either type in the chat or you can unmute yourself if you like. I think I might have to tap to unmute you. Nothing at this moment.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi. I've been using essential oils for the last year, and often I try to make my own concoctions, which means adding them to shampoo bottles, as you said, and shower gels. I've noticed that when I do that, the consistency changes. They almost like become quite liquid.
Right.
It's almost as if they are reacting with the gel substance that obviously is making the shampoo or the shower gel a gel, and all of a sudden you get this sort of liquidy sort of thing.
Yes, no, I completely agree. So when I started mixing mine as well, I noticed that it started to separate. So what I started to do, I started to look back at the ingredients and the products I had at home, and sometimes those that are carrying fragrances do have more of a kind of gluggy or separation to them. So I've changed some of my my moisturizers, shower gels, etc., to be more natural, and it hasn't separated as much. But for example, now I can finally show you my moisturizer. For example, my little moisturizer here, that's just a pump. This needs a good shake. Every time I go to use it, I give it a good shake to mix it up again, because it will, as it sits, it will continue to slowly separate, because again, the different weight of your lotion and the oil. It's just like when you see oil on top of the sea as well. Obviously the oil remains kind of in its own form without mixing into the ocean. So yeah, you do have to continue to kind of mix them up. But yeah, I have found it's worked better with more natural and obviously fragrance-free products as well. With the shower gel that you mentioned, I have noticed that, you know, shower gels do have their own kind of consistency. So I haven't been experimenting as much with shower gel. I've more been making my own scrubs, just because the liquid form of the shower gel, just as you say, it doesn't seem to want to absorb the oil or mix quite well with it. So yeah, I have had those issues as well with shower gels.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Anyone else have any questions, or potentially any different kinds of skin type, or potentially scalp care or hair care? Because obviously I'm not sure if you can tell, but I do color my hair, so sometimes depending on what oil you use, it may have a different effect, because my hair is slightly drier because I've got a color over it. So you just have to be mindful of, yeah, the different types of hair we all have. So if you need to either just use a single oil, feel free, but I like to use 2 oils and have both benefits of each oil.
Something that, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Something that a lot of Asians use is turmeric for skin. You haven't mentioned that, so have you tried that?
I have used turmeric in a scrub before. Definitely, turmeric has amazing properties. Obviously, it is great for anti-inflammatory, and again, if you do have dry or rough or maybe irritated skin, I think turmeric is amazing. And the only reason why I haven't included turmeric is because it's not a common oil that is purchased, and I currently don't have turmeric as part of my doTERRA collection, but you're completely right. Turmeric is an amazing oil to use as well, and really is effective for skincare.
I just have a question about shaving. So like, obviously I shave my head, but I guess this applies to anyone who like, shaves anywhere. Like if you shave the skin clean, what's the best oils to use to sort of help your skin to regenerate well? Like I know tea tree is supposed to be good, but do you know any other oils that are good for like, making sure your skin doesn't get irritated in the process and, stopping dry skin and everything when the hair is growing back?
Yeah, so you're completely right, Alex. Tea tree is amazing, and it is commonly mentioned. Thank you, Anais. Yeah, tea tree and lavender, amazing. Tea tree commonly used and mentioned in doTERRA literature as great additive to any shaving foam. Lavender is just, all its healing properties is incredible for removing that sting and that sensitiveness to your scalp. It's similar to when you have sunburn. As soon as you want to put that kind of after sun on, you almost have to look at it that way as well. And frankincense, yeah. If you don't have frankincense, and the reason why I haven't used frankincense in my skincare currently is because obviously cost comparison between frankincense and cedarwood, there is a vast difference. So I've been using cedarwood as an alternative to frankincense. But yeah, either cedarwood or frankincense would be ideal for scalp care, after shaving scalp care. And general, as you say, general scalp, general shaving care as well. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
No worries. And actually, just as I'm mentioning sunburn, obviously it's not something we're going to have unless you go away. Maybe everyone's going to jump aboard and go to somewhere actually sunny. But if you do get sunburn, lavender, I had a lot of lavender in the summer, lavender and coconut oil, just applying that before bed and just throughout the day really helped with aftercare, after sun care as well. Has anyone used oils in their skincare products or hair care products at all?
Hi. Yeah, I've made creams before myself, and yeah, I've used lots of different oils in them. Yeah, and they're really nice. People like them. I give them to people as presents and things, and yeah, they really like them. So I've used all sorts of different ones. I can't tell you what I've used because I've used so many.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, but yeah, they're really nice, lovely.
I use them every day. It's I've got a huge collection of oils, and I just sort of every day use a few drops of whatever in with a little bit of coconut oil, and then I put it as I like mostly the therapeutic effect of the smell. I don't so much look into I'm sure the properties of the oils are also very important, but for me it is that lift that I get in the morning when I am applying the products on my skin, more to have the beautiful scent that they leave on the skin, and then that kind of sort of is more psychological, more spiritual than the actual sort of problem that I might have with dry skin or combination skin or oily skin. So I use citrus bliss in the morning with oil all over my body, or often clary sage is also very nice. And now I've also made some small little, I use some little felts, almost like the sort of thing that you put on the chairs, at the bottom of the chairs. They're made of felt, and you put a few drops on that, and you use the stick and you stick it on your shoulder or on your...
Amazing.
So I use that as a sort of, instead of a necklace, you know, like those necklaces where you put the drops in, I use those instead to have that kind of continuous, yes, smell that helps.
Yeah, and on that, like, those are very creative and amazing ideas for citrus oil, well, citrus bliss that you're mentioning, the use of that, incredible. And you've reminded me that a great way to kind of diffuse throughout the day as well is just adding a tiny bit of oil to your hand and scrunching it into your hair. And as you know, you're walking around during the day, if you go out for a walk, you just kind of get that aroma come past your face. So yeah, you're completely right. Just using those oils as more of a spiritual and kind of uplifting and morning routine is also amazing for your overall well-being as well. Yeah. Great. If no one else has any questions at the moment, I'm just going to stop the recording.